If Nintendo had developed the Nintendo 64, N64, between 1991 and 1995, the timeline of events, technological advancements, and game releases could have been quite different. Here's an alternative development timeline for that scenario. 1991 Early concept development. After the success of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo begins exploring the next generation of gaming hardware, focusing on 3D graphics capabilities. Collaboration with Silicon Graphics. Instead of focusing solely on cartridge-based technology, Nintendo partners with Silicon Graphics, SGI, early on to develop a powerful graphics architecture suitable for 3D gaming. 1992 Hardware prototyping. Initial prototypes of the N64 are created, featuring advanced 3D rendering capabilities and the use of cartridges for quick load times. Game development begins. Nintendo starts working on key titles like Super Mario 64 and The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, aiming to showcase the new hardware's capabilities. 1993 Technical demonstration. At the 1993 E3, Nintendo showcases early demos of N64's capabilities, including real-time 3D rendering and early builds of its flagship titles. Support from third-party developers. Nintendo begins courting third-party developers with development kits, emphasizing the N64's power and potential for innovative gameplay. 1994 Official announcement. Nintendo officially announces the Nintendo 64, highlighting its 64-bit architecture, enhanced graphics, and support for up to 4 controllers for multiplayer gaming. Launch titles. Finalization of launch titles, including Super Mario 64, Pilotwings 64, and a more advanced version of Star Fox using the new hardware. Hardware specifications. Nintendo confirms specifications, which include a 93.75 MHz CPU and 4 MB of RAM, expandable, significantly ahead of its competitors. 1995 Release of the Nintendo 64. The N64 launches in late 1995, possibly in North America first, with a strong marketing campaign focusing on its 3D capabilities and multiplayer features. Key game releases. In addition to Super Mario 64, other titles like Mario Kart 64 and Doom 64 are released, establishing a strong library at launch. Ongoing support. Continued support from third-party developers leads to games like GoldenEye 007 and Banjo-Kazooie being developed within the first couple of years of the console's life cycle. Long-term impacts. Faster adoption. An earlier launch could lead to a more rapid adoption of 3D gaming across the industry, influencing competitors like Sony and Sega. Innovation in game design. The focus on 3D gaming could push Nintendo to innovate further in gameplay design and storytelling, potentially leading to even more groundbreaking titles in the late 90s. Legacy of the N64. With an earlier release and a strong library, the N64 may be viewed even more favorably in retrospect, possibly resulting in more significant sales compared to the original timeline. This alternative timeline suggests that Nintendo's focus on advanced technology and a robust launch lineup could have solidified its dominance in the 3D gaming era earlier than it did in reality. For many,